Inside the OMG, episode number 138. That means 138 episodes in a row since March 5th of 2019. And tonight, I am so honored and so excited to have my great friend with me tonight. Oh my goodness.
We're friends?
The stories we're going to share with you tonight. Yeah. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a drummer extraordinaire, music producer.
When's he coming?
Ruben Ramos.
Hello.
What's up, Ruben?
I don't hear the claps or what? What happened?
Here we go.
Hey.
Here we go.
Cool.
Oh, man. We go back a long
You're one of the first
time.
friends that we made.
Yeah. So I met Ruben. You're talking...
you're going to throw me off for years.
Oh, 90-ish? 89?
Yeah, about 89.
About
Yeah.
1989 in Long Beach.
I moved 87 here.
Okay, yeah, that's when I moved.
Mm-hmm.
I got here in 87, and I didn't get to Long Beach until 89. And and we were hoping to have Nacho here tonight as well. Ruben and Nacho.
He's here.
Oh, he is here. I didn't see.
But I'm not Nacho. I'm Michael T. from Laguna Beach. And I'm here. So I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Nacho. What's up, man? It's good to have you here.
How are you?
So it turns out Nacho is here.
How's everybody there? Thank you.
So Nacho...
I'm in Laguna Beach, by the way.
Nacho and Ruben moved from El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
They were in a band called the Street Boys. So in 1987, you guys moved out. Dreams of moving to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And doing your thing, making a name for yourselves in the music business. And
we moved in a Ford Escort.
Did you?
If you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
A little car.
Oh, man. So we're going to get to all that.
Yeah.
We're going to get to all that. But before we get to all that good stuff, let's go back, even further back. So on a serious note, Ruben is an excellent drummer. He's one of my favorite drummers. And he just is a natural, great feel, great pocket. Just,
What about my looks, too?
Oh, man, your looks are phenomenal. So let's talk about drums, and let's talk about how old were you when you started playing, and why did you start playing? Were you influenced by somebody? Like, how did it all begin? Music for you.
So we'll start with a shout out to my brother David.
All right.
Who's watching. But it's his fault that I started late. Because I wanted a drum set every Christmas, from diapers to whatever.
No way. Okay.
And my brother would look through these JCPenney toy catalogs, and I was like, I want a drum set. And I know he's laughing because it's true. And he would say, a drum set? Why do you want a drum set? Let's get a racetrack, or let's get an air hockey was one year. And I was like, no, I really want a drum set. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. So he would convince me to, okay, we'll get it next year. And we get a air hockey so that he could play. Yeah. And so it seems that my Christmas gifts were his Christmas gifts.
Oh, it's kind of steered towards, no, we don't want the drum set.
No.
We want air hockey.
We want air hockey so we could both play and all that. Yeah. So that actually, I've wanted to play for a long time, but I just didn't have it. And the truth, we lived in a tiny apartment, and I don't know where we would have put it anyway. So it probably never worked out. But I was watching Grease. Oh. And there's a song, Born to Hand Jive. Yeah. And I heard the drum part, and I don't know what it did to me, but it resonated something. I went home, and we had the album. And if you know El Paso, it's next to Juarez, Mexico. Right. So you would go buy your records in Mexico. Okay. Because they're cheaper. Okay. And I remember we went, and we came back, and I would play it, and I would play the Born to Hand Jive part on the couch because it sounded like a drum. And that's what started. I wanted to play after that. Wow. Then I got injured playing baseball, and the counselor said, well, you can do this, because I tore something in my ankle, and I couldn't run or anything for a while. And they said, well, you can either skip PE, you can go to the library for a period, or you can go to either orchestra or band. Okay. And I said, okay, well, I don't want to be in the orchestra because, I don't know how to play anything in that. And I said, I'll go to band. I showed up and I said, I have to be here for a period. And the guy goes, what do you want to play? And I said, trumpet, because the guys that play trumpet seem to attract girls. And I was like, I want to play trumpet. Okay. And the guy goes, no, your lips are too big and you should play the tuba or a trombone. I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do with that? Ain't nobody no girl no girl chasing the hot tuba player. So I'm like, oh man, no, I don't want to play the trombone or tuba. Is there anything else with my big fat lips that I could do? And he goes, well, you go sit over there with the drummers. He goes, I don't care. I'm like, okay. So then I went to the drum section, and then I couldn't read the music.
Okay.
So I started watching the drummer, and I would just mimic him. And that's what started. That's how everything started.
Wow. So how old are you at that point?
Oof, I must have been...
Or what grade was it?
I was probably 13, 14.
Okay. And
then the teacher said, you're doing okay. Why don't you try the jazz band?
Okay.
And I'm stupid. The only reason I wanted to be in the jazz band, because I wasn't the popular guy.
Okay.
And the football players would walk by the band building to go to practice. And when they would pass by, they would tell the drummer that was before me to play something. He would play something, and they would go crazy. He would play Tom Sawyer or something like that. And I said, I gotta do that. This is how I'm gonna make friends, right?
Okay.
And so then I said, yeah, I want to be in jazz band. And the guy taught me how to play the Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
And I would warm up the band, and that would be it. Thank you, Ruben. And I was like, but I want to play. No, sit down. So the whole period I would just sit down and watch. But I would watch. And one day the drummer that was playing failed a class, and he couldn't go to competition.
Oh.
And they're like, could you do it? I'm like, I've never played. What am I going to do?
You always have me sit out.
Yeah. And
I can play Tom Sawyer.
Yeah. I played the beginning of Tom Sawyer.
The beginning.
And so then I said, well, let me the back then there was cassettes and records. And
yeah.
I took them home. I listened to them for hours, and I memorized it in my head.
Okay.
Came back, and I said, let's try it. We played it, and he goes, wow. And I go, yeah, okay. So then he gave me another one and another one. And before I knew it, we were playing the songs for the competition. And then that's kind of what started how I learned to play drums, because there was a sight reading portion of the competition.
Okay.
And I couldn't read the music.
So it was just
So the teacher goes, well, what are we going to do?
You're just pretending?
I'm like, I don't know.
It's like,
what do you want to do? So we figured out a communication without saying anything. And he would tell me where it was going to stop. He would give me signals. And that really has been the beginning of all my career when I play with different musicians.
Yeah. I
just say, give me certain signals. And once I figure out what signals,
then I know where to go.
I mean, I still mess up. That's something else. But that's what started everything. And I would just watch the teacher, and he would give me the cues and everything. And then in high school, the high school teacher busted me.
Okay.
And if you don't know, I went to high school with a famous wrestler named Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
The Latino Heat.
Okay.
We were in high school together.
All right.
And he always took care of me too. So I was skinny little, and we were playing in the jazz band, and I would listen to the song and learn it and play. And the teacher goes, let's stop and let's go to measure number 34. And I was like, oh, I would turn the page. I was like, yes, 34. And then we would start, and I would mess up. And he's like, Ruben, 34. But I heard the beginning, and I'd go, my bad. You said 34? I thought you said 24, man. So I go, let's start. And I would start it. And then later on, he would say, okay, let's go back to measure whatever, 60. And I go, oh, man.
No, I don't know what happens at 60.
But it's funny because I would look at the sheet music like, 60? Give me a second. I don't even know what I'm just turning the pages to turn them. And then we start, and I mess up again. And he goes, Ruben, 60. You said 60? I thought you said 50. My bad. Let's start again. And the third time, he got mad. He threw the stick on the floor, and he goes, what is your problem? I'm having a problem hearing you. And he goes, no. He goes, everybody stop. You, start measure 40 whatever. Okay. Well, I would just start whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong? And then one of the guy goes, he doesn't read music if you don't know that. And I go, what do you mean read music? Like, I can read the title. I can read what it says, but I don't know what what it's telling me to do. I memorized. He goes, "What have you been doing?" Because I was the lead marching band drummer too.
Wow.
He goes, "What are you doing for a marching band?" And I go, "Well, the first time you play it, I memorize it, and I play what I memorize. That's why when we're out on the field, I don't need the music. I
already know.
I memorized it, right? And so, oh man, he got mad and he threw me out. I was crying. I was crying in front of my whole class, and I was like, okay, I was trying to help, and he threw me out. And as I'm walking out, Eddie Guerrero runs after me.
Okay.
And he goes, come back in. I'm crying because I'm embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
And he tells the teacher, he's the only drummer we got. What are we going to do? And he's like, well, what? This is bullshit. And he goes, he's already memorized the song. It's just he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Because he was with me in junior high school. And so then he put me in the office. He called the teacher from the junior high school. And he goes, what the hell? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, he doesn't read music.
But he's good. And
he goes, really? And so he goes, just give him the tapes. And then anyways, that's what happened. And that's what started everything. That's how I became a drummer. So I have a good, my memory is fading as I get older. But at one point, I was able to memorize like songs quickly and figure them out.
You just have to hear it once. And you're like, I got it.
Drumming's not that hard. But But anyways, that's what started everything.
That is incredible.
Okay, but how did you start?
Okay, so I started playing. Well, I wanted to play guitar when I was 7, and my hands were too small. I was really tiny, and my hands were too small. I couldn't fit it around the neck. So my mom said, well, why don't you play piano? Because that'll be easier. All right, so I played piano from 7 to 14, and I took classical piano lessons, and it was serious. Like, I did competitions, and I did, you'd have to memorize like an hour's worth of material. It's all classical music. And I wanted to play rock and roll, and I wanted to play like popular music. And my teacher was just, no, with me, it's only classical. And my parents at the time, this is the 70s, right? And my parents didn't know, and I didn't know any better to go, well, I'll just find another teacher to teach me that stuff. It was just, oh, well, she's the best in the area. I guess I'm just going to keep playing classical. 13, I begged my parents to get me an electric guitar for my birthday. I went in halves. They paid half. I paid half. And I got an electric guitar, and they were just like, just be a phase. And I finally got my guitar.
What brand?
It was I have it.
Oh.
I don't know. Just stay there. I'm going to bring it.
I would have told your mom that I was taking the classes and taking the money and spent it somewhere. But that's me. I don't know. Oh, man, he left me alone.
So this...
People making comments?
Is a Les Paul copy, not made by Gibson, but made by Hondo.
Hondo, yeah.
Yeah, Hondo. So this was the first electric guitar. And
that's nice.
Yeah. So I didn't know what I was doing, but I would just listen to records.
Wow.
And just pick single note things out. I didn't know how to play chords, or and I would just like try to figure it out. And then there was a magazine, a guitar player magazine, and they would like have things in there to start teaching you. So I'd learn.
But you could read music already.
I could read music, but it was different. It just like at the time there wasn't like sheet music for like Eddie Van Halen. I mean, I wanted to play that stuff. I didn't want to play. I mean, I guess there was like Stairway to Heaven. There was like that. Wow. Yeah, so that's how, then I just stayed in my phase. I've been in that phase forever.
Very cool.
And I quit piano, classical piano at 14. And I was
like, you write more music on piano or guitar?
It's kind of both. So it serves me well. I mean, I use it a lot. But playing wise, there was just a lot more freedom with guitar, and for whatever reason, and so that's what happened.
So my friend Steph would be mad if I didn't tell you that your mom was worried about you playing piano.
Yeah.
My mom was catching me at church stealing from the when they put the money out, like they put the thing out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in trouble for that. I would palm the money, and then That's what my mom was dealing with. Yours is teaching you music.
Yeah.
Mine is like I'm at church,
taking
the
offering.
Let me tell you the truth, and then Steph will tell you, or my brother will tell you. We would go to Juarez, Mexico, to go to church because it was a family thing.
Okay.
My father would go cut his hair. After church, this is church, and then my father would go cut his hair with his boys. Okay. And my mom would go to the market. It's an outdoor market, and it's a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Market and whatever. And then my brother, my sister, and I, we would be left. This is back in the day when they didn't care, so they would let us go. Yeah. And we would play hide and seek in underground parking lots with cars moving in. No attention to safety. Yeah. None. Yeah. Reflective vest. What for? I'm playing hide and seek. Are you crazy?
You'll find me.
That's the point. You hide, right? So, but then we would go and there's this is a whole market area, and we didn't have money to buy nothing. Yeah. So the priest would say, for the needy, and let's fill up the basket for the needy. And I was like, well, I need some money.
I'm needy. He's talking about me.
So what would happen is they would put the basket with the stick, and my dad would give us money. He would give us like $1 or something for everybody to put in, right? So I figured out that basket was fuller than my hand. So as the basket would pass, I had the $1, and I would palm it, and I go, here you go, and I would pick up $4 or $5, $6, whatever I could, and I would palm it, and I'd put it down like that. And I got away with it a couple of times. Yeah. And then one day I palmed it, and my mom looked at me, and I go, hey. She goes, what are you doing? I go, nothing. And as I tried to put my hand, she grabs my hand, turns it around. I had like $5, $6, right? I'm a kid, and to us, $6.
That's a lot.
There was these little wrestlers that I wanted, right? Yeah. The wrestling plastic ones
that you could get at the market.
Yes, for nothing. Yeah. But, anyways, so oh man, I got pulled outside, and oh man, I was in trouble. That if that doesn't say drummer,
right? I don't know what does.
Hey, what are people saying?
Okay. So here we go. So Beth says, "Woohoo, Ruben." Hey,
Beth's the best.
Mom and Dad have tuned in. Thank you.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. She's laughing. Beth is laughing about Michael T.
Michael T.
She had a Ford Escort. I helped her buy it.
I hope you're not making fun of me there, Beth. That's not really funny,
Misty J says, my first car was a Ford Escort. All right. Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? He's in San Francisco. Hey, Chip's tuned in. He says, Ruben!
Oh.
All right.
I love you, Chip. I miss Chip and love him.
Yeah.
And Todd, too. Is Todd on?
I don't know if he's on yet.
Oh, we don't like you, Todd.
Ray Perez says, great interview.
Cool.
Jimmy says, yeah, this is great. All right. There are a lot of musicians who do not read music.
I talk well about Jimmy all the time. Like that guy, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy? I don't know.
Oh, Jimmy's a good guy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Jimmy's a good guy.
I talk good about him.
Yeah, that's good. You should. All right.
Okay.
So,
how did we meet? Oh, wait. We're still back.
We're still, wait. So, hold on. We'll get there. I
was just going to show you. You said about El Paso.
I brought
pictures.
Okay.
Where's the
camera? So it's right there.
That's me in my high school marching band gear.
That's awesome.
Look at that head, man.
So what are you, like sophomore, junior, senior? Like
how? No, that's probably like a sophomore.
Your sophomore year.
But
okay.
Something no one has seen. Very few. This is literally my very first. That's me. When I was cheating. That's the very first picture of me playing any drum whatsoever.
Amazing.
That's the high school Christmas thing.
I love it.
And then let's see, you're talking about El Paso. Okay, so here's some cool stuff. So this picture, if anybody knows who Selena is.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this picture is from it's a show called the Fiesta de las Flores.
Okay.
It's in the movie. If you watch the movie.
Yeah.
We're in an opposite stage. And I'm like, Selena, who's that? I don't want to go see that. So it's stupid, man. So anyways, that's a picture from that time.
Wow.
And obviously she went to be famous, and I'm famous in my own mind.
Hey.
But then here's some cool stuff. Here's okay. So my brother, who's out there, worked at a tuxedo shop, And that's how we formed the Street Boys. We had a white... It was a tuxedo shop, so that's all he could get. So we had white, what are they called? Penguin tails?
Yeah.
Jeans.
Okay.
And our little bow ties.
Perfect.
And eventually, we each had our own color like Menudo.
Okay. Nice.
So that became our look up until we went to this punk rock place. It's going to be hard to see. But this is one of our very first shows. It's hard to see it. But that's... We didn't have money, so we took my bed sheet.
Yeah.
And we spray painted the Street Boys on it. And amazing. We played with, that was like Black Flag and all these punk rock bands were playing.
Yeah.
It was the only show we could get. Right. And the girl goes, "You're like Menudo, what are you doing?" I said, "No, I swear to God, we could play." So we did every song twice as fast.
Oh yeah, right.
And just yelled.
Yeah. It was like...
Which, if Sammy, if you're out there, I'm not saying that you yell, but... And then, here's really funny. Before I even started music, I was asked to be in an air band. I don't know if you can see it. I was in an air band with some high school friends.
What does that mean, air band?
Oh, you don't know what air band is?
No, what's air band?
So, we were too young, so the only reason, again, I always wanted to be with the cool kids.
Okay.
And so, the cool kids didn't have anybody that had a drum set. I had a drum set.
Okay.
So they asked me to be part of this air band.
Okay.
And so you would go to this under 18 club that had dancing and all that. It's called Numbers. And they would have in the middle of the night, they would have a competition, and you would pretend, you would lip sync.
I see.
But you did the whole band. You did everything.
Everybody. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And so you would fake drums, or would you actually play?
I fake drums.
Okay.
I didn't even know how to play yet. I had just gotten the drum set.
I see. So it was like, we need him.
Yes.
We need him because we'll look great with
because I had a drum set, right?
So you set the whole drums up, and then you just pretend to play it.
Then you pretend to play. From that, it turned into the very first real show, which is right here. So and this is like in 8th grade or 9th grade. And that's at the prom, the 9th grade prom.
Now, is that with Street Boys or
no?
No.
Oh,
this is high before.
School. This is Scepter.
Oh, Scepter. Yeah, Scepter.
And I learned Wasted by Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
And Highway to Hell.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, cancel culture and all that, that's been around for a long time. So we're playing our high school prom.
Yeah.
And we had a little show planned out, and literally this is the first attempt at being in a band or whatever. And we play the first 2 songs, and everything's going great. We start Highway to Hell.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know that it was like a bad thing.
It's like
this is a song to me.
It's a cool song, whatever.
Oh man, one of the teachers came and literally grabbed the microphone and said, "Stop. You're not playing that around here." And I'm like, "Playing what?" And we got thrown out. I was like, "Oh man, I'm rock and roll already.
Yeah.
I'm getting thrown out."
First gig.
Yeah. And we got thrown out.
Wow.
And I was like, "What happened?" I didn't understand at that point.
Yeah.
But apparently the censors were out. The teacher was censoring.
PMRC was out.
Highway to Hell was unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I never took that song to mean that. But she was very religious, and that was my first rock star moment. And I mean, we literally got thrown out. Like, we couldn't even hang out the rest of the night. They were like, "Get out." They pulled the cord, and we were done. Wow. I was like, "Whoa, okay,
that is awesome."
That's the beginning, and then here we started the Street Boys, which I think you could tell we were Duran Duran inspired.
Nice shot.
Look at that. I think we're even wearing makeup, and I got frost tips on my hair.
Yeah.
And, you got a Squiggy down there from Laverne and Shirley. And Nacho right there.
I'm loving it.
So anyways, that's the whole El Paso thing. There's even we played the Miss USA. That's me. We played the Miss USA pageant in El Paso. See, that's me with Miss whoever that is. So South something. South whatever.
Okay.
And I could tell that the heavy Poison influence. And then this is in Mexico. This is me being interviewed in a radio station.
Okay.
What's with that?
There you go.
Anyways, that's me being interviewed. Now let me tell you, it wasn't that I gave great conversation. It wasn't that I gave good answers. I was the only one who could speak Spanish. So
this is with Scepter?
No, this is now became the first version of the Street Boys.
Oh, okay.
And we went to go play in Mexico. It's Cuauhtemoc, and one of Nacho's cousins was going to the university, set up a show for us and everything. And my brother, who was always helping me, and Nacho's dad drove the equipment, and we were in a bus, right?
Okay.
So we show up, and this is our first out of town gig, and we're starting to
it's a big deal, right? Tour.
So we think we're showing up to this whatever.
Yeah.
It's such a small town that it literally parks in the middle of nowhere, and we had to get off. I'm like, wait, where's that ride or what's going on? Yeah. It's pitch black and there's no one around, and they drop off a bunch of us. We get our clothes, and I'm like, what now, you idiot? You know, and Nacho's like, well, there's supposed to be somebody here for us. Long story short, some just random guys, hey, are you guys the band that are playing tomorrow? Whatever. Yeah. Well, where you staying at? Oh, we're staying with so. Oh, I know where that is. We'll take you. Okay, sure. Could have killed us, but who cares, right?
Oh, man.
So that was our introduction to all that. And the show went great. It was packed, an auditorium, and really good time and everything. We come back to El Paso. We get off the bus. No one cared who we were.
Right.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That was a taste. We had a radio interview. And,
Packed house.
Signed autographs.
Oh, yeah, the whole deal.
We used to wear rubber bands on our...
Yeah.
You know, that was the look. So I was giving away rubber bands crazy. And I thought I was cool. And we literally...
You get home.
Cross back and...
No one cares.
It was quiet. No one, nothing. I was like, oh, man.
Don't you know?
We have a long way to
huge.
Go. Yeah, we're huge in one little... But everyone was so nice. I would have loved to have gone back. Everybody was really, really nice to us. So... that's kind of the El Paso thing. We can move on. With
I've got some more pictures queued up as well.
Oh, okay.
Just cool. so.
What else is someone saying?
A lot of comments.
When I watch you on this, you talk to people.
I do.
How's he
All right.
to
So let's see here.
I've never done this, by the way, so I'm nervous. I don't know what to do.
Oh, man, you're doing great. Isn't he doing great? You're a natural.
Like,
that radio interview you did when you spoke Spanish, clearly, you've got it down.
Are my hands okay? Like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
You're
fine. Beth is saying,
come on, guys. This is easy now. This is easy.
Right?
Oh, right on.
Nacho's got it down. He's not nervous at all.
No, I'm not. Of course not.
All right.
Michael T. from Laguna.
He's not nervous at all. Man. So Beth is saying, she's telling my mom, because my mom has tuned in, Ruben had dinner with us. She's letting my mom know that Ruben ate with us tonight. He came right in time for dinner. It was perfect. Just like old times. Chip says, miss you too. Great stories.
Oh, I love Chip.
And then he says, Jefferson, ? Did you go to Jefferson
High School?
Yeah, so did we. Yeah, in Alexandria, Virginia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you my Jefferson High School, very different from yours.
I'm sure.
Did yours have 20 gangs?
I'm sorry?
20 gangs in your high school?
20 gangs? No, he probably didn't have 20
very
gangs.
Different high school.
Yeah, very different. And my mom says, I remember he always showed up at the right time. So mom says.
I do. I did. I even asked when she was leaving because I didn't want her to leave.
Albert says, my girl, Selena. Saludos from Al Tejano.
That's Al. Paso. That's Al Tejano. He's from a radio station over there in El Paso. I think El Paso. Oh, man, he's going to kill me. Tex-Mex.
El Paso
mix,
Rocks, 98.
Something like that. It's a Tejano.
Yeah.
He's involved in that now. So,
that's awesome.
Albert, cool.
Yeah. Beth says, Street Boys. Albert says, Numbers rocked.
Yeah, Numbers was that club. That was.
Yeah. Ray says, AC/DC Highway to Hell.
Yeah, he remembers. He was there. He was there. He saw us get thrown out, man.
Ray says, should have told the teacher, hey, teacher, we don't need no education.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Little Pink Floyd. Okay, so tell me about how did you and Nacho hook up? Like, how did you become Street Boys? Like, was he in the rival band across town?
Yeah, so...
Like, what happened?
So, I was in other bands.
Yeah.
And actually, before that, I was even playing in a Mexican wedding cumbia band.
Okay.
So I actually learned how to play all that before I even did rock.
Right.
My parents would, or my brother would, whoever was old enough. I was only like 15.
Okay.
And they would have to go with me.
Yeah.
And either my brother or my parents would have to go and sit
to be like your guardian,
because I couldn't be in a club. I'm in a nightclub and I'm 15 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm playing the cumbia beats and all that, and I really learned a lot from all that. But so my brother taught karate.
Okay.
And Nacho and his brother Sammy Gunn, we'll explain that later, was their sensei.
Okay.
And they started talking about music, and he said, well, my brother wants to play music. And I went to their house. My brother goes, let's go meet him so you can meet Nacho and all that. And Michael T. Apologies, Michael T. from Laguna Beach. So he goes, let's go talk to Nacho, and I met him, and his brother, another drummer, and Nacho were in a small bedroom, half this size.
Okay.
And they were practicing in there.
Okay. Just the two
we didn't even fit. There was 3 of them.
Ah.
We didn't even fit in the room to see them. It was so Sam had to jump on the bunk bed, and it was horrible, right?
Yeah.
And I said, guys, why don't you just? My father had a mechanic shop, and I said, why don't you guys come and you can rehearse at the mechanic shop.
Yeah.
And then you guys will have room, and you can turn up, and so on and so on. So they went, and the drummer couldn't play. What should I stay or should I go now? Right.
Oh.
And I said, can I borrow the sticks? And so I borrowed them. We played it, and we looked at each other, didn't say anything. And when he left, they're like, do you want to join the band? And so we had the same taste in music, actually.
Okay.
And so that was kind of the beginning of everything.
So in the beginning, you were a 3-piece band.
We were a 3-piece
band.
Like
the shot of you in the white tuxedo
That was
jackets.
the beginning of the band. And the name came.
Yeah, okay,
the name. We didn't have a name.
All right, so why? Oh, yeah.
So there's a festival in El Paso called the Street Festival. And it's huge. It's really, it's the whole downtown gets converted into. Right. What's Beth saying, man?
Hold on.
Hey, man. Beth, we're like in the middle of a thing and you're texting over here. What is she saying, man?
Okay. Good point.
Okay.
She said, don't forget to ask Michael T questions.
Oh, well, thank you, Beth. I'm in the middle of something, Beth, and you're texting over here, man.
No, yeah, good point. Good point,
though.
We will. You know, he was late. He didn't show up, so Mike, we're gonna get to
Beth. I'm here already. All right, I'll be right there.
Next question for Michael T. But first,
so we didn't have a band name. We didn't have a band name.
Okay.
And we're like, what are we gonna call ourselves? And then they were asking us, what's the name? What's the name? And then one of us just said, well, Street Festival. We're the Street Boys.
There you go.
That's it. And it was
Simple.
the Street Boys.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was a 3-piece and.
So did you play the Street Festival?
Yeah, we played the Street
as
Festival
the
Street Boys.
3-piece.
That picture with the white things, that was our first show.
That was the Street Festival.
That was our look. That was the
you
whole
had it.
thing.
I mean, you thought about it.
And we played.
You're ahead of the game already. You have a look.
It wasn't, because that was from what was the name of that show, with the talent show with
Star Search?
Star Search.
Yeah, Ed McMahon.
There was a guy that wore jeans and a penguin white thing.
So you were like, hey, that's cool.
No, it was because my brother managed a tuxedo shop.
Oh.
And he could get it for free.
Right.
And that was it.
Hey,
we had no money, so that was the look for free.
You use what you got.
And he was nice enough to help us out.
Right.
And so, but that was our first show. And it was a 3-piece. And we played like the Police, U2, the Clash, very new wave, semi-punk, Ramones.
Okay.
And I think we had one song we had already started to write, and it's that song "Baby Blue Baby." Nacho had written it, and so we started to understand that the hits would get people interested. And then we'd shove an original in there and go, too bad. Now you have to like the original.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
All right. So next question for Michael T.
Oh, yes. Right on.
All right. So thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I always have time for my friends. I do. I always make time for my friends.
So why did you decide, how did you decide, and what was the moment that you guys said, we're moving to LA. We're leaving El Paso. We're going to follow his music.
Well, to be honest with you, my friend Ruben is the greatest and the smartest guy that I know. And so he suggested it, and I pretty much do whatever he says because he's the smart one. I'm just hanging out. And so I just do whatever Ruben says because that's a smart one of all of us. And yeah, that's it. I'm just here. I don't have any talent. I just show up. So yeah, that's what happened.
All right. So.
And thank you, Beth, for reminding me. I'm over here laying down on the chair over here, and everybody forgot about me.
Oh, Michael T, we can't forget about you.
Okay, well, while we're still going, isn't there a contest that we should ask people to help?
There is a contest, and we need your help.
Well, thank you, everybody.
So this is what we're going to do. We had a little fun tonight before the show, and we have some artwork to show you, and we need your judging skills. You're going to vote for which version of Michael T do you like the best.
Okay.
So how many? What are we doing?
So that people understand, my friend Nacho could not make it tonight.
Yeah.
And so I said, you're going to regret it. I mean, we're going to miss you. I wish you were here. But so we came up with a Nacho Lantern contest. In the spirit of Halloween, and it's his birthday soon. Happy birthday.
That's right.
I took his picture, and prior to the show, you cannot see the names, so we did our own version of Nacho Lantern, and you have to decide which one's the best one. So let's see. Okay, we'll start.
So here's number one.
Number one. Okay.
So we know that one's number one. And
number one.
So we'll have to we'll keep it over here.
Okay, so number one.
So here, give me that. So that's
right here.
Okay, that's number one. So you've seen number one.
Number two.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, and it has a flock of seagulls hair thing added to it. Very Harry Potter with a nice, really nice shade of red.
It is a good shade.
Okay, that's number two.
That's number two. Okay. Number two. All right, here's number three. Number three
says that that's what he gets for not showing up. He got black eye.
And he lost some teeth, too. I mean...
Go home and brush that tooth.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's three. Okay. Number four.
A very macho, elegant.
Yeah, the unibrow.
Unibrow man.
That's unibrow man.
So that's number four.
That's number four. I like that one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Number four.
Well,
I guess he's in Kiss now.
Nacho Stanley.
That's number five, Nacho Stanley.
Nacho Cheese Star Child.
Okay.
Nice lips too. Look at that.
Yeah.
A nice great kiss.
Number six.
This is Manson. I don't know what that is. There's a Manson elf alien.
There's a lot going on in that one.
I don't know. It looks like he's looking at me. So I'm scared. And he got a goatee. That scares me. And then the last one is Count Chocula.
Count
Notchula. So
I've lost count. What is that? 7?
I don't know. But people need to.
Yeah,
we're gonna go last time and vote.
You're gonna need to vote.
This is number one.
Number one.
Number two. Number three.
Okay.
Number four. Number five.
Oh my goodness.
Number six. We're going to hell, by the way. Number 7. Hello, everybody.
All right.
So right now, vote 1 through 7, please, and we'll
tally them up.
We'll tally them up, and we'll see.
We'll let you know. All right.
Okay. Next.
Oh man. Okay, so
that's what you get for not coming with me.
So all right. So I did queue up some photos, and so you did.
It.
Yeah, that's that one. We've seen that one. So that's the first. That's Street Festival with the Street Boys debut.
If you want to laugh,
okay.
The choker on my neck is a Van Halen choker.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm wearing the jazz shoes, the Capizios. Oh man.
Hey man.
Hey, it was in, all right?
You're making it work.
It was in.
You're making it work.
Too bad.
Hey, we got some votes coming in.
I'm
loving it. Okay.
Okay. We'll keep counting.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Oh,
where'd you find that?
Look at that one.
That's from my friend Jason.
Look at that. Okay.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Harmon. We were trying to. I think that was for a magazine or something.
I love that shot.
I'm not sure what magazine.
Real
but
artistic, moody. Look at that. The hair, the whole bit. Look.
If you want to laugh, that bracelet and the watch that is in that picture.
Yeah.
It's a fake Rolex that I bought on a trip to Ensenada.
Okay.
And I bought it, and it literally stopped working on the way home.
But
I still wore it.
But it looks cool.
Hey man. Hey, that's the
rock
look.
And roll.
That's the look. Man.
Rock and roll.
That's the look, man.
That's rock and
rock
roll.
And roll.
Rock and roll.
Oh man!
All right. So what gig is this?
That is, I believe, in El Paso. We would travel back to El Paso quite a bit. But here's a funny story about that. That's in a club in El Paso. And I think it was called the Sandpiper. We called it the Sandpaper. And those are my friend Mark Sainz drums, who always helped us.
Yeah,
he's one of my best friends. But so the funny thing is that vest that you're looking at.
Yeah,
it's a jean vest. The white spots are bleach. Wait, I didn't know that if you left it too long, it would tear.
Oh.
So during one of the shows, it's just falling apart on the side, and then I become like a sexy dancer.
Yeah,
it was all missing, and it was all falling apart while I was in the show. I almost got stuck in my hand, and oh man!
Once again, no rock and roll.
Hey man,
rock and roll. That's
they should put. They should put on the bleach bottle some sort of.
Yeah.
Hey man, your clothes might fall apart if you bleach it too long.
I love it.
Hey, I didn't know.
Well,
all right.
There you go.
Ooh, that was my
look at that jacket.
Mariachi days.
Look at that.
That is in a festival in El Paso called the Isleta Festival.
Okay.
And we opened up for different people. So I'm not sure what night that was. I think that's so we opened up for like REO Speedwagon ones.
Okay.
I think Steppenwolf was another one. But that's that festival. Again, those are my friend Mark Sainz drums.
Okay.
Shout out to the boys at Sweet 69.
All right.
That's the band name. And those are his drums, and he always took care of me, man. So anyways, but here's an interesting story about that jacket. So Nacho and I are hanging out in Hollywood, and you'll remember this. Remember Dave Jones?
Of course.
Okay. He started playing with Black and Blue singer Jamie St. James.
That's right.
They became
Freight Train Jane.
Yeah. So we went to go watch them at that. Remember there was
FM
like
station?
No, there was like a ice making place.
Okay.
That at night would convert into a club.
Yeah.
We're backstage. We're waiting.
Oh yeah. Exposure 54.
That's it. There
right.
it is. Okay, so we went to go see Dave. We went to go see David play with Freight Train Jane. We're standing in the back, and Nacho goes, "Dude, I'm wearing that jacket," and he goes, "Dude, don't freak out." And I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Don't freak out, but turn around, and I swear to God, you better not freak out." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna freak out because you're making me freak out." And he goes, "Just turn around." So I turn around, and it was Axl Rose.
Okay.
I turn around. I told Nacho, "I'm gonna freak out." He goes, "I told you not to freak out." I'm freaking out, and I'm like, "Oh man,
too late."
I'm like, "Oh shit, that's Axl Rose."
Yeah.
And I get this on my back, and I go, "Don't tell me that's him." And he goes, "That's him." So I turn around, and I go, "Hello," and he goes, "I really like your jacket, man." And I said, "Oh man, well thank you, I'm like, "Oh man, that's cool. I'm, Ruben Ramos, whatever." And he goes, "Where'd you get that?" And I go, "You wouldn't know. It's a place in El Paso, Juarez. It's a long story." He goes, "I know Juarez." He goes, We opened up for the Cult in El Paso." He goes, "Of course I know El Paso. I love El Paso."
Oh wow.
And I go, "Oh man," and he had a really nice like crocodile jacket, and I'm like, "I like your jacket." So we start talking, right? And he goes, "Oh man." He goes, "There are good stories about El Paso." And we started talking about El Paso, right?
I love it.
He loved the tequila, and he loved the food and the people, and we're having a good conversation.
Yeah.
Some Hollywood vampire rocker type guys come and they start talking to him, and they're bothering him. And I'm looking at Nacho like, "Oh man, they just pushed the weenies out." So we thought we got like replaced, right, by the cool guys. We didn't look like Hollywood, and we still don't look like Hollywood. But anyways, so I look at him, and he has this look like, "God, they're bothering me." So I turn around and I go, "Hey, Axl, man, they want you over here, man. Hey, guys, you come back. They need him real quick." So he goes with me, and we just walk away, and he goes, "Thanks for that." I go, "They look like they're bothering you, man." He goes, "Well, we're just having conversation, but they're
they're just kind of bothering me."
He said, "Thank you." And then he goes, "That's my wife." And I go, "Yeah, dude, I see all the MTV stuff. I know." And well, that's congratulations. We end up talking for a couple more minutes, and then he invites us to the cat house.
Yeah.
He goes, "Want to go hang out with us?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I think we can hang out with you."
Yeah. I think we can do that.
I think we can
We're
do
not
that.
doing anything right now.
Nacho, you got anything? So I have our cassette in the car, and I think I'm going to give it to him, and he's going to discover the Street Boys.
Here we go, Street Boys, Guns N' Roses.
And Guns N' Roses.
World
and we
tour.
go, and we get there, and they're like, "You can't go in." "Oh, no, man.
No, Axl.
I'm with Axl."
He said.
I'm with Axel, and he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we're just kicking it. Okay, let us in. No, you guys can't come in. I'm like, no, I'm serious, man. Like, call him. We're with him.
Yeah,
he's like, no, man. And so we ended up leaving, and that jacket was a gateway to at least have a conversation. And he was a very nice
was the
guy.
jacket.
That was the
jacket. Axl Rose loved that jacket.
Yeah. And that was my 2-second fame story, because that was kind of cool. And he was really nice. Cool. Really nice. Everything they said, I don't know.
Yeah, I had an experience in Hollywood. This was like 1991, and some friends of mine were like, "Oh, we're going to this party at 2:00 in the morning. It's off of La Brea and Sunset. It's a small apartment, just a few people." Okay, cool. There was 10 people there. Axel's there. I'm waiting in line to use the bathroom, and he's behind me, and we start talking music. He was the nicest guy.
He was, yeah.
And he was crazy about Elton John. So for 20 minutes, while we waited, because there was girls in the bathroom taking forever, we talked about Elton John. And he was just the nicest guy, and he was drinking Pepsi, and totally down to earth dude. Like,
so real quick,
yeah, he was great.
When you and I met, you were playing in a band.
Yeah.
What was the name? Who was in it? And what was your first big show with that band? Do they know? Do these people know this stuff? Well, I have inside stuff that you guys don't know.
Well, it depends on which band. I don't know what band. When we met,
you were with the guy that would dress up in the shoes with the costume. He was half man, half.
Oh, you're talking "Kiss My Fat Ass."
I ain't about.
Oh, you're talking about.
If you're asking me, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
Well,
that was the name of the band. But you really took time to name the band "Kiss My Fat Ass"?
That was something else. Sweating Bullets.
Sweating Bullets.
It was this band. It was this band. This is the shirt.
Not that Kiss My Fat Ass isn't a good name.
No. So Kiss My Fat Ass, that's another story. That is, so there's a drag queen named Jackie Beat. She, super popular in that world.
Yeah.
Decided I'm gonna put together a Kiss cover band, and we're gonna call it Kiss My Fat Ass. At the time, he doesn't weigh what he did then. He weighed like 350 pounds.
Oh my God.
And he wore a shimmery gown, and he'd do the Paul Stanley makeup. And I was Ace, playing guitar.
That's cool.
And we had Gene and Peter Criss on drums, and we played early Kiss.
But you played, you played it note for note. You didn't do like a different.
No. We were like,
that's cool.
Legit. We sold out Coconut Teaser.
The Coconut
and
Sleazer.
Dragonfly.
I was called a Coconut Sleazer.
Coconut Sleazer.
That's the inside tip.
Yeah. So when we met,
wow.
So I was in this band.
Yes.
Sweating Bullets.
With Mark
White. That's right.
And
Colin is who you were talking about.
Colin
the drummer. That's right, Colin.
And
he
was
our drummer. George and I were in a band before that one.
Hi George, if you're there.
So George and I were in a band. Wife? That's another story that they know. The band. So George and his buddy Michael Jackson.
Not Michael T from Laguna?
No, Michael Jackson, drummer from Florida. They moved out. I met them, joined the band, became a 5-piece band, and they were dead set on calling it Arquette, after Rosanna Arquette. And I was like,
okay,
whatever. So we were Arquette.
Very cool.
So
I actually remember that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
So I don't know if maybe we met right, or maybe Arquette.
No, I remember
you
mentioning that.
Oh, okay.
But you were Sweating Bullets.
Sweating Bullets. Yeah, Sweating Bullets.
So. Keep talking because I'm going to show them what Mr. Sweating Bullets look like.
Okay.
Mr. Sweating Bullets. Where's
right.
Mr. Sweating Bullets over here?
All right, hold on. Let me change.
There's Mr. Sweating Bullets right here.
Back. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
Okay. Mr. Sweating Bullets. Right here.
Yeah.
That's Sweating Bullets. Arif hair like, oh man, that's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of hair.
And then that's Sammy Gunn.
Sammy Gunn.
Red.
That was like, look at those two celebrities right there.
We'll tell you later about that story about that picture, but
Sammy Gunn. So Sammy is Nacho's brother.
Yeah.
And Sammy, man, great stage presence. So Sammy, he had a couple different stage names. One was Sammy Gunn. Another one was Shotgun Red. So just depending on the night is like, so who's here tonight? Is it Sammy Gunn or Shotgun Red? And he would let you know. He would let you know what type of night it was.
That's funny.
Shotgun Red or Sammy Gunn. All right, so hold on a second. We got people tuning in, and some comments here. We got some votes, which we can circle back to.
Okay. Thank you for participating.
Yeah. Ray Perez says about your watch, your Rolex, not a swatch.
No.
Remember the swatch?
Yeah,
I had a swatch.
I had a swatch too.
In fact, in that picture that you just showed, I might have been wearing a swatch. I might have been. Chip says, Colin.
Yeah. He was a good drummer. He is a great drummer.
Yeah,
I mean
he is a great drummer.
He's a great drummer.
Yep. Alexa says, I want that hair. Oh, man.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
On a bad moisture day, you're in trouble, man.
Oh, man. Jimmy says, yowza. No kidding. Chip says, Shotgun Red. And Beth says, yeah, Arif, there he is. There he is with all that hair. All right.
And by the way, quick, Chip and Todd and you are the reason I learned to surf.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I would go with you guys and...
That's right.
I wouldn't call it surfing, but I would paddle out there and let you guys do your thing, and I would be out there.
You'd be out there, yeah, we'd surf.
I even gave myself a surf name. I was Kid Lance.
That's right, Kid Lance. How did I forget?
From the movie North Shore, because we would watch North Shore all the time. We didn't have a lot of movies, and that was one of them.
That was one we'd watch.
And North Shore, brah. Yeah.
That's right, brah.
And I had that on my leather jacket on the back, Kid Lance.
I love that.
Only when I surf, though. Don't be confusing me all the time.
Only that.
Only when I surf.
Only that. So we met. Okay, I was on a paint crew.
Correct.
And I met Nacho.
Michael T.
I met Michael T on the painting crew.
Yes.
And boy, and Sam. Yeah. Sam, that's right. So he had told me about, their band and you. And then I probably went to a few shows before I actually met you.
I met you at one of the either barbecue or barbecues or bonfire.
Okay. Wow. And then you guys needed a place.
We moved accidentally underneath you first.
So and I told Nacho, I was like, well, there's a place opened up in our building. See if you can get that. And then you guys moved into our building, and that was the best. Yeah. I mean, so we lived in the same building for
Long Beach.
Yeah, in Long Beach for 3 years.
Yeah.
And man, crazy stories and crazy times. Crazy times.
So we were there during the riots.
Yeah.
The LA riots.
LA riots, we were there.
We were scared. By then we were upstairs because we started at the bottom apartment, then we went upstairs.
Yeah.
And then we lived through the riots.
That's right.
And we were all scared and we were all huddled up and we all had our bat or whatever we could just in case.
But what Chip, Todd, and I discovered was all the rioting kind of ended basically near our apartment. And then south of there was fine.
Yes.
So we just went surfing.
Yeah.
We just went to Huntington. We were like, all right, we're out. And we drove 45 minutes and we just surfed.
Very close to us.
Yeah.
But you could hear gunshots. You could see the fires. It was really scary.
It was.
And then that idiot Nacho, we would go to the room and we would turn off the lights and we would open the windows and we would yell horrible, obscene things out the window. And you could hear people going, "Who is that?" We were like, "Hey, if you," we were cussing. We would say stuff and then duck. And we had nothing to do. Had no money, nothing to do. But that was our entertainment. And we would cuss out the window. And then the people that lived around us would be like, "Who is that? You better come down here. Shut up." We would hide underneath the window. That was the entertainment. That's how poor we were.
I didn't know that story.
Oh, that's how poor we were, man. That's what we would do for fun.
What's the other thing you guys did for fun? Let's talk about that story. Oh. And it wasn't you guys. It was and we missed this guy. Okay, so you Street Boys went through a few guitar players.
Yeah.
You guys did Mark move out with you? Was he?
No, he never. He
didn't come out as the guitar player in Street Boys.
No.
Okay.
We went through a couple.
Okay, so you went through a few guitar players, and then you guys finally met Julius. Mm-hmm. And Julius, I think...
Vasari.
Was he Swedish, or was he...
Hungary.
Of course, he's Hungarian. Okay, so Julius, this guy, amazing, really cool guy, but he got all the hot chicks.
He looked a lot like the Scorpions guitar player, Matthias Jabs.
That's right. So Julius.
That was when we became the Street Boys Heavy Metal 2.0.
2.0. So Julius joins the band, and then Julius moves in with you guys. So it's Julius, you, and Nacho.
Yeah, the three of us.
The three of you. And so I guess he was bored too one day, and he decided to take a BB gun. And so where our apartment was, the back side of it, there was an alleyway where, cars would drive down, and for our building there was a carport you could park underneath. And so we're both, our apartments are on the second floor. But across the alley is another apartment building with garage doors, and cars are parked in there. So one afternoon, Julius was bored, and he just thought it'd be a good idea to take BB gun practice and shoot at a target. There was a no parking sign on the garage door.
He was adjusting. To be fair, he was adjusting the scope on the BB gun.
Okay, so he was.
It makes sense to me,
right? He was just trying it out, and he didn't think anything of it. No big deal. So he takes his BB gun, which looks like a rifle.
Yes.
Right.
It doesn't look like a real rifle.
It doesn't look like a BB gun. It looks like it's pointing out. So the windows we had in Long Beach were those slats, right? So it's these horizontal. They're 3 inches wide and whatever, that 24 inches, this way. And so they open, so it's perfect. It's you open it up, and out comes the barrel of the gun. And Julius is taking aim, and he shoots at the target. Well, those garage doors are made out of this really thin metal.
Yeah.
And so the BBs go through the door, and they shoot out the back windshield of the Mercedes that's in the garage. So Beth and I are hanging out in our apartment.
Yeah.
And then?
The little backstory is that I'm actually going over to Arif's to borrow a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that's right. Because
we met 2 cute girls the night before at a show, and I was single back then. And so I was borrowing a vacuum cleaner to look presentable. And I'm coming in and out of Arif's apartment, borrowing this, that, and hanging out. I'm watching Julius, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
I'm adjusting the scope. He had a really bad accent, and he's like, "I'm adjusting the scope." I'm like, I wouldn't be doing that if I were you.
Yeah.
So long story short, in one of my trips to Arif's house, as I come out, I see the cops surrounding the bottom. I don't think anything of it. Well, at some point, as I open my door, these cops come running behind me. They knock me down. They grab me, and they take me outside at gunpoint. And, everyone's coming out of the apartment complex. There's at least 10 cops. I am literally laying down. My head is on the cement. Arif's window is right there. And I'm going, dude, I have no idea what is going on, man. And the cop's like, shut up. I'm like, what did I do? I borrowed a vacuum cleaner. You can have it back. What the hell? And so he goes, just shut up. And I couldn't shut up because I was too stupid at that young age. And I'm like, seriously, why am I on the floor with your knee on my back and a gun pointing? You have a gun pointed at my head.
Yeah.
And he says, there's reports that there's someone shooting a gun from your apartment. I go, a gun? I go, that's a BB gun. And I go, yeah, my idiot roommate, he's shooting a BB gun. And he goes, oh, and then he tells him, guys, it's a BB gun. And he goes, where's the gun? Where's the gun? And I go, I don't know. He puts it by the refrigerator or something. Why? Anyways, long story short, they arrest him. They let me go. And oh, man, it was horrible.
Crazy.
Horrible. But it was during the JFK movie, too.
Yeah.
That was popular. And so... Oh man, that was not good.
That was Julius in the book depository.
And the girls never ended up coming because he wasn't there.
Yeah. The girls never came over. So
idiot. That's
what could have been. That might have been your future wife. You don't know.
It probably was.
You just don't know.
Two
you just don't know.
Things that pass by each other.
All right, so you touched on the song "Baby Blue Baby" for a moment. So I've got a great video queued up. And it's a compilation that you had put together of Baby Blue Baby over the years.
Yeah.
Over the years of the Street Boys, different versions of the Street Boys, including Julius. There's a Julius moment ripping on the guitar. So I'm going to share that with you all right now. So here are the Street Boys, Baby Blue Baby. That is a great song.
That is a good song. Nacho wrote that.
It's a great song.
Nacho wrote that all by himself too.
Nacho.
That's 100% Nacho.
Nacho. I was while this was playing, Ruben and I were talking about it and just,
about you, but
and had you guys managed to get just a connected producer at that time to record that song.
Yeah.
That would have been a huge hit.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a great song. It's still a great song. I mean, it's timeless. It's really good.
It's catchy.
It is. It is.
Cool. Good job.
So, man, that was really fun.
Who's in the lead? I think.
Okay, let's
Unibrow. I saw a lot of Unibrow, man.
Let's talk about. All right.
Miko, man, you're not scoring over here. Unibrow is the one. Who had the? Oh,
Miko's is the Unibrow.
Miko is the Unibrow.
Yeah.
So far, the lead is Miko. I think I've seen a lot of Unibrow, man.
So 5. Is that what? Do you still have it in order, or did you?
Well, yeah. I do. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Little technical difficulty at the moment.
It was right here.
But the judges are scoring.
It's right here.
The judges are getting it together. You got it? You got it.
Yeah, this is the first one.
One.
This is Alexa, yeah.
Okay.
That was one.
So that was one.
Number one.
Okay.
And then Beth
yeah, that's right.
2.
That was 2.
Yeah, Beth was 2.
Okay. All right. There's 3. He got a black eye because
that's me. That's
come.
me. That's me punching him out with a 1 2.
He didn't get 1
Go
2
home,
left.
you saber tooth. Okay. And then that's Miko.
That's Miko.
That's the unibrow, man. And then we got
Paul Stanley.
Nacho Stanley.
Yeah, that's right. Nacho Stanley.
Nacho Benson.
There's a lot going on that one.
And Count Nachula.
Count Nachula. All right, so
I think Miko's is so far winning. I saw a lot of unibrow.
So there's unibrow. There's a number. There's 5.
5.
Number 3, number 2, number 6, number 2. So that's 2 2s.
That's Beth.
Number 1, another number 5, and then
unibrow. That's Miko's.
There you go.
I think Miko's winning.
All right. Well, it looks like Nacho Brow.
Nacho Brow, man.
Nacho Brow is the winner.
I think so.
So
we're gonna give it to Miko.
Okay, Miko.
Congrats.
You did it.
You got a prize coming.
Nacho Brow.
Not making fun of me, guys. Hey, man. All right, cool.
Nacho Brow.
Fun.
Oh man.
I don't think you ever thought you'd have an Olio show with
Nacho Brow.
Nacho Brow.
I never imagined that it would. This is so great. So, how this all came to be, you are moving.
I am moving.
You
have sold my house.
You've sold your house. You've been in California for all these years.
Yeah.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years. Over 30 years. If you're 87, that's like me, so that's like 34 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
34 years. So, Ruben hit me up yesterday and he's like, hey, by the way, I'm leaving on Monday, so I'd love to come over and hang out. And I was like, you're coming over on a Tuesday. This is perfect. You got to be on the show. And he was like, yeah, all right, well, sure, we'll do it. So I had set up a few things, video, and I have another video, by the way, and photos. And so Ruben walks in tonight and he's like, all right, I got the show planned out already. Michael T is here, and we're gonna do a little nacho lantern contest. So this is fantastic.
So for those that don't know, Nacho and I I consider we grew up together, and we're like brothers. And Sam
absolutely.
and my brother and everybody. So we grew up together, or shared a lot of our life together. So we just have this unusual friendship that we're at each other's throats all the time. And if you've been lucky enough to have made it to one of our Super Bowl parties, you would understand what I mean. We're pretty much at each other.
It's one of those things. They're allowed to be at each other, but if anyone on the outside were to be at any of them,
I would destroy that person.
Yeah, right. It's like true family.
Yeah. And,
it's true family.
And
so.
here's we're having fun and we're joking, but we've never had an argument.
Yeah.
I mean, like my brother.
Yeah.
My real brother David. We've never had an argument.
Yeah.
We just get along and we're easygoing and we joke around a lot. And same thing with Nacho or Michael T. We could cut each other down, and I could tell you some things I've said to him that I feel bad for him, his mom, and everyone I've cut him down with. But there has never been an argument.
Yeah.
And it's always been, you have to take it, no matter how low, no matter how low it is.
No matter what said.
No matter what it said. And I've said some
bad,
really, really bad things.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you can't get mad. That's been the rule from day one with his brother Sam and some close friends of ours. You have to, especially nowadays, and I'm not political, so we're not going to get political, but you have to laugh and you have to be able to take certain things, grain of salt or whatever you want to, however you say it. It's not the end of the world, and they're just jokes sometimes, and sometimes those little jokes can take some of the tension.
Sure.
Because we've never had a real fight. We've never argued and been upset with each other.
Right.
And I think that's because we are okay with understanding that no matter what is said, that we love each other.
Absolutely.
And it's always been a fun thing, and it has never turned into an argument or a fight.
Yeah.
There's never been a situation where I can't ever see myself saying, I don't want to talk to you, or there's people that lose their friendships.
Right.
Especially nowadays with all the politics stuff. But
right.
We've always had this rule that you can't take it personal, and there is a true love. There's just a friendship bond, a love of brotherhood, if you want to call it, or sisterhood, because there's a lot of girls that take a lot of abuse too, and they're in it and they get it. And so I think that's why we joke with Nacho. And I know he's either watching and he's mad or he's crying like a little baby, but at the end of the day, he could say stuff about me too. It will never be taken wrong. I would give that advice to anyone. Don't take things sometimes so personal and so
when you guys, so when we were living in the same building those years, I mean, the two of you were such comedy gold. And like, this is before reality shows were a thing.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, seriously,
you could film us all day long.
You could have just put a camera, 3 cameras set up in your apartment, and just like day in the life. It was like the show Friends, but better.
Yeah,
it was that.
Yeah.
It was just like
really
you guys were living it, and it was just hilarious. I mean, it was like this rock band from El Paso moves to L.A. and go.
Here's the
see
thing.
what happens.
Here's the thing too. You have to understand. We don't have money. We've never had money. Yeah. But we've always found a way to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting by the window yelling obscenities to people across the street, that's fun. Because we don't have money. We don't have money to do stuff. And so
that you make your own fun.
So even when we started in El Paso, we borrowed money to buy some speakers, and we made lights out of just horrible electrical
configurations, probably fire hazards.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like at any moment.
At any moment, the stage is blowing up.
Yeah.
And we would put on our own concerts.
Right.
And we would charge, and we would make money, buy more equipment. Yeah. And that's what we did. So we've always been that way. We're creative, and we never complained about anything. When we first moved here, we had nothing. Right. We would go through alleys and pick up furniture or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you could find.
And then we'd break it, we'd clean it, we'd do something, paint it, whatever. And that's how we started. I mean, that's come a long way in those 30 years.
Man. Some comments. I just want to get to comments. I don't want to forget you. Kid Lance.
I can't even see that far. Yeah.
So mullets in the whole 9 yards of hair. Hair we go, says Ray.
That's funny.
Chip says, good times except the riots.
Yeah, that was scary. It was a scary time.
Feed the fish for fun.
Everybody would come over to feed my fish.
That's right.
That aggressive saltwater tank, and everybody wanted to feed them all day long. Goldfish.
So Jimmy writes, so he's not sure of the spelling, and it says, I'm going to guess the J is actually Hollisy, jealousy. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a lot.
Jealousy. Okay.
No, I don't think it's jealousy. But I don't know. Jimmy, maybe clarify when you get a chance, because I don't know. Like that was probably from 15 minutes ago, whatever we were talking about. And
okay.
I don't remember. Yeah, and then the cops came. That's right. Oof. And then the cops came. Beth says that was crazy. Is that Michael T singing? Yeah, that's Michael T. Beth says, I remember some of those gigs. Yeah. Albert says, great jam.
Mm-hmm.
They all are so freaking funny. I say they all win. She's talking about
they are funny.
Yeah, the Nacho Lanterns. Miko! Speech!
Winner! Yeah. Chicken dinner!
Then Beth's got some crying emojis.
Oh.
Family is family. The type of windows. Oh, you're referring to those horizontal windows. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. So, okay. Gotcha, Jimmy. All right. Understood.
Nice. Jimmy's smart guy.
Yeah, Jimmy's smart. All right, let's talk about what you're currently doing, because when you move, we talked about this conversation.
Sure.
When you move back to El Paso, not only are you going to be rocking the drums, but you're also going to be producing music. And I'm really excited about that, because you've always had a really good ear and a really good understanding of what works, song arrangement, song structure. I remember coming to you This was like in 1990 or 91, and I had kind of left all my rock bands, and I'm doing this solo thing, and I'm writing songs just for me, and I'm exploring different styles, and I'm like the Elton John phase and whatever. So I came to you, and you like programmed some drums for me, and then you picked apart some songs, and you were like, okay, this part needs to have, like, you need to go here with it, because this is what. So you've always had a really good natural understanding of what things should do, and that's carried through with all the stuff you did with Street Boys, and I'm excited to hear what you do when you go to El Paso, because Nacho and Sam, they have a brother, Ernie, who Radio La Chusma. This band is awesome. So Ernie's band, Radio La Chusma, we had the pleasure of sharing the stage at a festival in Bisbee, Arizona. This was like 3-4 years ago. Olio played, and they just brought the house down. Yeah. They are so good. But I know that Ernie talked to you about, hey, when you come back, like, let's hit the studio. I want to like work with you and like do some stuff. So,
well, here's the thing with Ernie. He's just, I couldn't be more proud, because I saw him. I mean, literally when we were first starting.
Yeah, he was a little kid.
He was a little kid.
Yeah,
and I get it. We're not brothers by blood, but I swear I look at him and what he's doing. And his music is so well written.
Oh man,
he's so talented, and I couldn't be more proud. I mean, it's one thing to say you're proud of someone because you're related or friends, but I truly think they're an amazing band.
Yeah, agreed.
Every musician that plays with Ernie, and I apologize that I don't know everybody's name yet. When I move to El Paso, I will meet all of you. But all the music that they have on YouTube and their music that they've written, you can look them up on YouTube. It's Radio La Chusma from El Paso. I can tell you it's so unique. It's part cumbia, reggae. It's all the flavors of a rhythmic music, and he writes intelligent lyrics that have social meaning and things like that. So he's combined everything, and I just watch him when he plays. The couple of times that I've seen him, and I would love to work with him and see if I could do anything.
So I'm excited to hear.
I almost cried. I played in El Paso a couple weeks ago,
right?
Because he said that because of me is one of the reasons, many, but one of the reasons was watching me play it. I inspired him, and talk about a compliment that you just like. Oh man, that I walked away at some point because I got sad because I was happy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best compliment anyone can give you.
Yeah, that's so
that
awesome.
You inspired them, and whatever it is. You know. And so I do look forward to going and seeing them, and I am interested in doing videos and things like that, and more in the producing side.
Yeah.
I still want to play, but I'm really not sure what I'm going to do playing wise when I get to El Paso.
It'll all reveal itself. You'll
But I am more interested in trying to help people achieve what I think we couldn't, what Ernie is achieving by himself, and see if he can even help him take another step up.
Okay. This. So one of the things, this is a shot of the annual Super Bowl party at Ruben's house. Now, I don't know if this. I'm looking at Alexa and Miko here, and they're younger. I don't know if this is their first one, but they talk about that first time that they came.
That's a couple years ago,
to the Super Bowl party, and they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know the way you and Nacho go back and forth and just like cut each other down and all. So they just thought this was the best party ever. I mean, this is an epic annual get together. So the first thing you told me, including us, hey man, I sold my house. I'm moving to El Paso. Super Bowl. What are we doing?
We're sorry that you're leaving.
Super Bowl?
What about Super Bowl?
Sorry, you're leaving. But Super Bowl, like what?
Yeah, that was.
Oh man, it's so.
What's funny is that there's a lot of people that tell me that. What about Super Bowl? I'm like, I'm leaving, but
what? You just care about my Super Bowl party? That's it. That's
let me hook that up for you.
Yeah,
let me come back and hook that up for you.
But it really is like
it's a long. I would say probably 15, 20 years that we've been.
Oh yeah.
It's always been at my house. There's been one or two that weren't.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's a classic.
That Super Bowl
There's a huge
party
whiteboard next to the giant TV, and so we place dollar bets on anything and everything Like, okay, what's the first commercial? What cheerleader are they going to show first?
The
Blonde
dumbest
or brunette?
bets and good bets. And
good bets, fumble and whatever, but it's just great.
Well, the reason I created it is because there would be so many people at my house.
Yeah.
And nobody knew each other. And so what I did is I set up the bets that you would, let's say it was the Cowboys and Washington.
Sure.
So you would put your initials on, let's say, first to score, you would put your initials on, let's say, Cowboys, and then someone else in the party would have to bet against you with Washington. And so what happens is, as the bets pay out, you may not know the person that you bet against, and you have to go over and say, where's my dollar? Every bet is $1.
Yeah.
And then that forces you to go interact with this person. I only did it for that. I did it so that people would get to know each other. Because we really had like 40, 50 people sometimes.
Yeah.
I think my biggest party was like 80 people at the house.
Yeah.
But it was so many people. I wanted everybody to know each other. Because I believe in, like, I am a reflection of my friends.
Sure.
And I think I have great friends.
Yeah.
And I want people to, like, I wanted you to meet so-and-so because he's a good person. You're a good person. Right. And, I thought Beth would meet someone. Anyways, that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But then it had a twist that I didn't see coming, which was people started to get violent. And so what would happen is, okay, icebreaker.
Yeah.
It was an icebreaker.
Yeah.
But after the icebreaking moment, they would go, give me my effing dollar. I was like, oh, man.
This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, what happened? And then the next thing is someone else would go, hey, give me my dollar. And then it would just became pandemonium.
Yeah.
And as soon as a bet would fulfill or whatever, you would see the room stand up and people yelling at each other, give me my colorful word. And then the whole room would erupt in this back and forth. Anyways, that's what became fun.
Yeah.
So everybody would bring food. There was way too much food. And Nacho would always take a bunch of huge plates home. But that's a different... I won't mention it.
Don't mention that.
Always take something home. Always takes a cooler full of his stuff. But all right.
Yeah.
So anyways, so he would... So that's what became fun. Yeah. And then everybody just knew to show up. I wouldn't even call anybody anymore. I was just like, yes, it's at the house. And yes, we'll have the board. And I would have to cover bets. I had to go like borrow money at the bank to cover certain bets because, oh man, and that's why everybody's like, what's gonna happen? Right. So there is gonna be something. I'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. But But can I say one thing? Yeah. In that picture, a couple people. So in that picture, if you see at the bottom, that's Steph Maffey, and he is the guy that I've been playing music with in a covers band for. Man, a long time now. So So after I stopped with the Street Boys, and I just stopped, and I do want to share a picture about all that. But I've been playing with Steph. He works for Fender. If you guys need something, that's your guy right there.
Steph's like, great.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, Ruben.
Yeah. No, but he's become one of my best friends, and he is the reason that I started playing again because I got sick like you did at some point, and I ate something that did something to my intestines and stomach, and I stopped playing music for a while, good year.
Right.
I couldn't even hear loud music because the frequency would do something to me. I didn't think I was going to play again. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
And it's Steph who forced me to, hey, come out and watch us. I'm like, I can't even be in the club when you're playing.
Man.
And he would say, well, just come out for a song and then leave. I was like, that made sense to me. I don't know how, but I go, okay.
Okay.
So I would go and I would like sneak in. I would listen to one or two songs. My stomach would start turning and I would leave.
Wow.
Then at some point he kept pushing me like, why don't you come out and play one song? And I'm like, oh man. So I played one song and I literally would have a bucket to throw up in because I was nauseous. And I made it through one song. And then he goes, come out and play a couple songs. And he kept, so I owe him a lot as far as playing music again. He forced me to play again. If it wasn't for him, I probably would have stopped playing completely.
Wow.
And he's the other reason that I sing now and play because he goes, oh, you got to sing because we don't have a singer.
I can't cover all
the songs. I'm like, oh man. So I learned one song and then it evolved. But that's One Less Monkey now. That's the name of the band, and they are One Less Monkey now. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But we're playing Saturday in Mission Viejo at Costello's. And so if anybody wants to come out, we're going to be there this Saturday. But yeah, we've had a lot of good shows and a lot of fun times, and so I couldn't not say bye to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's a good picture. That's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
So we'll let you know, and you guys can
Super
come.
Bowl.
Oh my God!
Look at these guys.
That's Eddie Munster.
Look at these guys.
I look like Eddie Munster. Oh man, that's Lenny from Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley.
Okay.
And that's on the left is what's that guy from the Bamba's name?
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Richie Valens?
Richie, whatever that guy actor's name.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Lou Diamond Phillips on the left.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
And then on the right is Chachi from Happy Days.
You're right.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Here's what's funny about this picture.
Yeah.
All that clothes,
yeah.
the majority is my clothes.
Is it?
I was working at a clothing store at that point.
Okay.
And so I would buy things at 50% off, and then I would
dress the band.
I would dress the band.
Here you go.
Yeah. And then the photo shoot was over. I'm like, give me back my clothes.
Yeah, let's go.
That's
so
funny.
this next shot is from the show you guys just did.
Yeah, the reunion.
Yep.
So after so many years, and that's my friend Jason Harmon.
On the right.
One of the best human beings you'll ever meet. You know that. You've met him before. When we moved out here, we met Jason, and Jason was our friend that helped us with anything we needed.
Yeah.
He was the roadie, the help me set up, tear down, but that's Jason.
Guy.
And then
great guy.
Next to him in the vest is Mark Aguirre,
yep.
who was the guitar player who became our guitar player in El Paso. And so the four of us haven't played together. Jason just helped us because we needed a guitar player, because Nacho can't play a lead to save his life. Although he did learn a couple things.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit.
He worked on it. Sounds good.
It did. It sounded. He did a really good job, and he played a harmonica on What I Love About You.
Great solo too.
Yeah. So he did. So we haven't played in, well, I couldn't even count, but many years we haven't been in a stage together. And then Sammy bought a ranch, and he wanted to have a housewarming party. And of course, I knew it was going to happen. It was supposed to be a bonfire.
Acoustic bonfire. We're just let's eat, just a chill. We're gonna hang out. It's gonna be
guys, I'm in the middle of trying to sell my house, and I don't have a lot of time. Oh, don't worry, Ruben, don't worry. It's just gonna be a little bonfire. Just come out. And then it became this, and then our friends Sweet 69 joined, and then Radio La Chusma joined, and then they
Elton Juan,
and oh man. So then we had the show, and it turned out really well. They did all the work, all of them. Yeah. I didn't help much, but it was a great night. It was over 300 people probably there.
I love that.
It was in his backyard. They called it Chukopalooza.
Right.
A lot of the 80s hits, but it was a good mix of music. And it was a really fun night. And it was a one-time only thing, but that's
Is it a one-time only? Because there's not going to be a Chukopalooza 2?
You know what? I just talked to Sam.
You're going to be living there. It's going to be even easier for you to do it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, right?
Okay. So I've already said, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But I know these guys. It'll be an annual thing. So we talked about it a little bit today, and there's a lot to learn from it. It's not easy. Whoever thinks this stuff is easy to put a show together.
Oh man, it's a lot of work.
And again, they did all the work. So hats off to all of them, Mark and Jerry, all of these people.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, and there is a lot to learn from it.
Yeah.
So I think we'll learn something from it, and next year it'll be easier to plan, and we figured out what worked, what didn't work.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, even if it's not us, the concept of El Paso bands getting together to do a little festival. I mean, I love my hometown.
Yeah.
And I love California, and I love Texas. So I'm like, man with two cities or whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah.
But I love El Paso, and I would love El Paso to get the recognition that it's deserved for a long time. There's a lot of good music that comes out of El Paso. People just don't know.
Right.
There has been some bands that have caught on, and I would really love to see Radio La Chusma do something nationally where it was just they're already getting big, but anyways, I think it could become something. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
us.
Good time.
The next picture I have, I actually I don't know if you know this, but I have the ability to time travel. I went into the future.
Oh no! What?
And there's a future gig that you haven't experienced yet.
Apparently, no.
This is about 30 years into the future.
Wild Stallions.
And there's a shot from 30 years in the future, and here you guys are. Here's the Street Boys. What would that be? 2051.
Okay. That's funny. I'm Saddam Hussein.
It's amazing.
And I think Mark is pooping in his diaper. Oh, dude, that is
I love
funny.
that. I love Sammy Gunn's beard. Like,
I don't even know what that is. Wow, that's hilarious.
Isn't that awesome?
That is funny. That is funny.
That is great.
That's when I thought I was dressing and I thought I was Andy Taylor from Duran Duran. But I think I look like Saddam Hussein, which is not good. That's not a good look for me. It doesn't work for me. Oh, that's hilarious.
So good. All right, but I want to show this. So your brother sent me this photo.
Oh, my God.
While we were doing the show.
Yeah.
David sent me, he texted me this photo, so I just want to show. Here's Ruben. Beth took this picture.
And that's here.
In my backyard.
Yeah.
Beth took this picture because you said that this was for a dating site.
Oh, I was trying to get on a dating site. I go, Beth, make me look good.
Come on, take a shot. So what happened? So any success with this dating app with this photo? Like,
yes and no.
Okay.
Anyone who's been out there that's dated on an app, it's a weird thing, man.
It's a hard thing.
It's a hard thing, yeah. It's nice people, but it is different. Yeah. So everybody puts their best picture and so no, that didn't.
I like walking on the beach and I like, puppy dogs and ice cream and
that whole. You could do a whole show on the dating stuff, and I have, but no, but I do want to say a couple things. I'm getting used to my new glasses, which my friend Ed made for me.
Okay.
I said make me look like Iron Man.
Okay.
And that's why they're blue, because I think I look like Iron Man. El Iron Man. And that's
Iron Man.
That's Nina's Optical, so you guys need to go support him.
Nina's Optical.
And then I said I would give a shout out to the people that helped me sell my house and actually bought it. It was an investment company, and that was Rick at I didn't want to say the name wrong, but if you guys need something, it's John Medina Buys Houses. And the reason I'm saying this, not just as I get a free set of pots and pans. No, because honestly, selling the house has been mentally a struggle because it is letting go of 30 years.
Yeah.
And you don't think about that much, but I was nervous because I've never sold my house. It's the only house I've ever purchased.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the intricacies of it, and Steph actually recommended them, and I not a plug, but if you are looking to sell, because everyone seems to be wanting to move, you can always ask me. But it was Rick at John Medina Buys Houses.com. You guys can message me and I'll tell you. But they've been really cool to me, and not only so nice, but they've kind of held my hand through the whole process, and then I did well. So I did want to mention them for that, and I hope I get the pots and pans, and I think I get something else for free. But so, and now I don't have to pay. I don't have to pay. What's his name? Ed for the glasses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like Johnny Carson here, selling shit at Johnny Carson show.
I love it. All right. I want to get back on to comments and any questions. I want to hit that. And there's one more video to show.
Okay.
All right.
Do it.
So, usually our show wraps up in an hour, and we're already at an hour and 35 minutes. So we're...
Shit.
Yeah, we're...
Sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. This is good. Okay. Beth says, Super Bowl party. The photo is classic. Super fun party. Every year we always look forward to
I was like, Beth, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's Super Bowl party.
I know. Okay.
It's Super Bowl it is.
She says, we always ended up in laughter. Absolutely. Sam. What's up, Sam?
Oh,
I've heard and seen the show. Very nice.
Sam, that's Sammy Gunn.
Sammy Gunn, dude. Sam, you're a legend. You're a legend. Sammy Gunn.
A legend in his own mind.
Albert says they're already in the lineup for Fiesta de las Flores next year.
Mm.
All right. When he says they're already... Oh, Radio La Chusma.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Beth says, great photo. Oh, Beth was asking, did Michael T leave? Is he still here?
Where?
I don't know. Is he still here?
No, he's right here.
Oh, he is here. Okay.
He's here somewhere.
He's here. Uh-oh. All right, he took a break. He took a nap, but we're getting him.
Michael T is still here and will always be here. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Yeah.
Albert says, LA's going to lose a jewel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, not all jewels are diamonds. There is a champagne. There's a brown diamond, too. I guess that's fitting, right?
Oh, man. All right, so I want to play. So you mentioned One Less Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a video clip of you in One Less Monkey with Steph.
Yeah.
And who's the bass player?
Ted.
All right, so you, Steph, and Ted, and you're singing lead.
Oh,
That's awesome. Well done.
Here's what's funny about that. At the end of that, they're singing pork rinds or whatever that is.
Okay.
We were practicing once at my house, and I was eating pork rinds.
So and that became the thing.
Yeah.
That became the thing. So Sam, he's watching, but so Sam is texting me, but he's watching, but he's getting kicked out because the signal here at the Chukopalooza grounds isn't all that great. Ask Ruben about the time we opened for the Fabulous T-Birds.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna. This will be the last story for tonight.
Okay.
So, Fabulous Thunderbirds, Jimmy Vaughn. I mean, that's legendary, man. That's huge. So
I think what he wants me to say is because I almost got in a fight with Jimmy Vaughn.
Oh no!
That's what he wants me to tell you.
That's what he wants. Oh no! What happened?
So we get asked to go open up for the Fabulous Thunderbirds in Texas in a festival. It was like a little concert.
Okay.
And Fabulous Thunderbirds, their drummer couldn't get his cymbals there, or I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't have cymbals. Something went wrong.
Okay.
So the manager comes over and it says, "Is there any way we can borrow your cymbals?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I'd be honored. Are you kidding me?"
Sure.
And we're backstage, and Jimmy Vaughn's backstage, and we're on one side, and Jimmy Vaughn's on another side, and I walk out of the room, and I go up to him. I wasn't being a crazy fan or anything, and I said to him, I want to say, I didn't interrupt, and I just want to say I'm honored to be opening for you. I think you're an incredible guitar player. I love your music. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that that your drummers can use my cymbals. That's an extra. He looks at me and he turns around. Didn't say hello. Didn't acknowledge me.
Yeah.
Like I was nothing. I go, what? And if you don't know me, back in the day, I was crazy. I'm probably crazy still, but I was hot. I was,
hot-tempered.
I was hot-tempered at some point. Well, I don't like people being rude to me.
Yeah.
That's not hot-tempered.
And you're here, you're complimenting the guy. Like, come on, right?
But yes, I was in a band, and I have no problem pretending that we're going to tear up the backstage and fight. like a true rock star.
That's right.
So when he turned around and he didn't even acknowledge me, I go, what the F? And I go, who the hell do you think you are? And he turns around and he goes, what? I said, and I got on his face. And I said, I'll take my cymbals if I want. And I went off on him. And then the manager got in between us and goes, no, guys. And then I cussed him out hard. I mean, I cussed him out. And I think my brother or somebody came and grabbed me and go, what are you doing? And he pulled me. I don't care who he is. And then I'm walking away and I go, hey, your brother's a better guitar player than you'll ever be. So eat shit. And so I'm always looking for him. If I'm in that room somewhere with him, I will approach and go, remember that day? I haven't forgotten. But anyways, yeah, it was just, I didn't like people being rude to me.
So was this before you had played?
Yeah.
So you hadn't played yet?
No.
So then you went and did your set?
Yeah. Then we went on stage, I rocked, and I got off.
And then they used your cymbals?
As a matter of fact, the manager wouldn't even let us walk to the back until the band got on. Oh, because I jumped them. I tried to, I didn't care. Yeah. I didn't even care if I would win or lose.
It was just don't disrespect me. Like, I'm paying you a compliment, and come on, man. Like,
yeah. Don't. Anyways, that's the story he wants to hear. I think that's what he wanted to hear.
Sam,
but it's a great show.
You got your story.
Yeah, you got your story.
Oh, all right, man. All right, so making sure we're good. All right. Excellent. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode number 138 of Inside the OMG with Ruben Ramos. Oh, by the way, wait a minute. You are also known as Ruben Cruz. Cruz. Ruben Cruz. When did you change it back to Ramos? And did you have it officially changed on your license?
No. So here's the thing.
Ruben Cruz.
No, when I left Texas, the idea was that I wanted to be Richie Valens. I wanted to come to California, make a lot of money, be famous, and buy my mom a house. So my mom's last name is Cruz.
Oh.
So and I had asked my dad before if it would bother him that I would go by Cruz, because I wanted people, if I became famous, that my last name, I wanted my mom to have some sort of fame. Not fame, it's not she wanted fame, but it was like to honor her, kind of, in a sense.
Was your dad upset?
No, not at all. He got it. He got it, and he was like, "Oh,
well, whatever. Do whatever you want."
My dad was very cool, and
man.
that is the. Before we leave, I do want to show you one last picture, and I'll show you something, and that's again, a lot of people don't see this kind of stuff, but this is a funny. We'll leave quick. This is me at the backstage at the Roxy, brushing my teeth.
I love
so
it.
How many people can say that they're brushing their teeth before a show at the Roxy? But the one I want to show you is, so what was interesting, when I stopped playing music for a long time, is right here. So here is, we opened up for Loverboy.
Oh yeah.
At the El Paso County Coliseum.
Okay.
That's my mom and my dad. And after the show, Nacho and all my friends were backstage singing and having a good time with Loverboy. And I'm right there, and I literally just finished talking to the drummer, who, Loverboy was my first concert I watched. I told the drummer, I go, I'm probably not in a gang or in trouble because I wanted to be a drummer like you. This is the first one I saw.
Yeah.
And that was a cool conversation. I turn around, and my mom and my dad are right there waiting for me. And what's cool is that they're telling me that don't get home late, and they're giving me the whole la la la, right? But as they turn around, this 2 or 3 people go, "That's your son?" And I have it on video where they asked my dad, "Oh, that's your son?" And he's like, "Yeah." And my dad says to the camera, he says, "So my older son just graduated from college or university, and my son fulfilled his dream, because it was my dream to play the Coliseum." And he goes, "I could die a happy man now," and he passed away a year later. So that's a very special, very special picture to me. And
that's awesome.
2 more. Let me see real quick here. Hold on.
That is so great.
And then for those of you who don't know, so this is my brother. This is a long time ago, but when I was playing, and that's my brother, and he's also headed back He was living here too, and he's headed back to El Paso with me. And so, yeah, my brother's like, if you don't have a brother or someone who supports you like that, I can see where life could be difficult.
Yeah.
And because whatever I played and whatever, he was always supporting me. So that's my brother that we talk about.
Love that.
And then if you don't know, the reason I have video and everything, he would go buy a video camera.
Yeah.
And videotape our show and go return it the next day and say, quality's not that good. We just didn't have money. So we're always doing stuff like that. And
quality's not that good, but he's got
he
the tape.
He would say, quality's not that good.
Yeah.
And we had the tape and all that. Then he would return it. We were probably known already like, oh, no, you're not getting a camera from us. We had exhausted.
You've already returned too many. Like, we're on to you guys.
But we would rent.
Yeah.
Rent to own. But the quality wasn't there. And, you have 4K, and that wasn't 4K.
You're like, come on, man.
And it wasn't invented yet.
Yeah. But
it wasn't good quality.
This isn't like, these are not our standards.
I demand quality. Anyways, that's it. Those are the things. So,
I love it. Ruben, thanks so much for being a guest on our show.
Oh, thank you, man.
It's a complete honor to have you here.
No.
This
honor is mine.
This is so great. So, Michael T., thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I appreciate you driving up from Laguna Beach.
Oh, I'm really busy, but I had to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, you guys have a great week. Inside the OMG episode, I have to look because it's been so many. Episode number 138 coming to a close. Have a fantastic week.
I'm going to tattoo 138 right there.
There you go. Sending you much love. Gonna close out the show with Get It Good. Take care.
Make it count. No promises to shout about. One shot, get it in, lay to win. No regrets, no restraints. Running wild without complaints. One life, understood. Get it good. Go on and get it. Do it like it's the first time. Get it, get it. Do it like it's the last time. Get it good. Party time, celebrate. Throw down.